So what's going on YouTube? A little bit different type of video today, but mind you, when I started, I had a full-time job, and that full-time job was from 10:30 a.m. Eastern time to 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I would go cut grass between the hours of 6:45, because obviously if you guys go to my TikTok, there's a video when I get to a property and it's roughly around that time, because some of these neighborhoods here where I live, there's no HOA, and hopefully the truck isn't too loud and you guys can still hear me. But number one, things I wish I would have known is, you know, card on file. Like, I can't stress this enough, and the reason I say that is because I've been burned. And mind you, like, I run such a good business as far as, like, in my opinion, like, hey, you know, we're understanding, things happen, late payments, hey, I can't pay it all on the first of the month, split it up. I try to do all that, right? But when there isn't a card on file, I mean, you're just chasing your money. But I've watched a lot of other YouTubers and a lot of other TikTokers that, you know, one, they're chasing their money, and two, they just don't show up anymore. Like, after the first time they don't pay, they don't show up. A lot of people that I see, you know, they don't show up. And I've been learning that maybe I shouldn't show up. And I know it sounds kind of bad, but I kept showing up. I kept showing up. I kept showing up. I kept showing up. And then I just wasn't getting paid, and one of the customers owed me about $150, and I've sent text messages and I call and I would use the CRM tool. So number one, card on file is a must. And I know what you're thinking, a card can get declined. I understand that, but you have a card on file and you can communicate, and at least that's one step to that person actually trying to have, you know, their stuff taken care of. Two, if you're doing a cleanup or a renovation or a rock install or a mulch install or a sod install, get a deposit, at least half of what the project's worth. The reason I'm saying this is because I went, you know, I'm new in the game, 6 months in on this all electric thing, and I told myself, hey, you know, this, you know, mom who's, you know, struggling to pay her bills and do this, and mind you, I've cut free grass for free at places, but this was like a project. You can see it on my YouTube shorts. It's one of the first videos. I think has like 1.3K views on it, and it's a backyard cleanup, and I'm talking about like crazy cleanup. Like, it needed, I mean, it was so crazy that my mower broke down in the backyard, the first one I had with Greenworks. Get a deposit. Get a deposit. Ask for half down, and at least to where you feel like if they don't ever end up paying the rest of their balance, which hopefully no one's experiencing that, but I know they have. I'm a part of a lawn care millionaires group on Facebook, and someone says, yeah, you know, I went and did the whole job and $750 worth of work, and they never pay back. Well, this particular client, I did about $600 worth of work, and she only paid me $200 of that whole entire thing. And every month she'd say, hey, I'm gonna pay you when I get paid, and every time she's about to get paid, something comes up, or she can't pay me, or she just doesn't have the funds. And then to me, like, it came to a point where I said, hey, like, you know, I need something, you know, like $50, $10, whatever it is, like, just pay towards that, because now that service has been completed, you know. And the big thing is that I even sprayed for mosquitoes. That was a part of it, you know, added onto that bill. So always get a big chunk of the job that you're doing up front. All right, guys, so this is a every 2-week client. I'm gonna flip this camera around. I started the video off a little bit different than normal, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and flip it, let you guys see it. And then remember, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe today. Shirts came in. We're good to go. Charge up jacks on the back. Let's flip it around. You know what to do.